Are you ready for this? I don't know if you guys are ready for this. Do I VoIP at him? Should I VoIP at him in an Elmo voice and tell him to come downstairs? Come downstairs so I could... I didn't have VoIP on.
Bro, it's been 3 weeks since I last played this game. Can we please not?
Come downstairs so I can tickle you.
Can we please get this off work, bro? I'm trying to show me streets, man.
Elmo wants to tickle.
I'll try it out. I don't hear that. What on? I don't have a solution anyway, so I'm cool. He killed me.
Dude. What? He sounded so like disappointed in me. Gosh dang it, dude. And now I feel bad. I think we need to go hide his stuff. He's like, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. How are you gonna trust Elmo, of all people? You gotta admit, that was a spot-on impression, right? Spot on. Wait, Skitscape? Uh-oh. Yeah, I know that person. Tell him I apologize. What if, like, these guys are just gonna be, like, chilling, holding an angle? It's a perfect peek. Gotta go back and get my thermal. First wipe, huh? Huh? Where'd the trooper go? I just ditched it. For certain accounts only? No. It's a known bug. They're fixing it. It's supposed to be. God, dude, he probably toasted my armor. Yeah. Scavs are scarier than the player base, man. It's insane. Damn, I forgot to... 2.5, yeah, no. It's not. I forgot to... Ooh, I think we got the boss up. Do I get cheeky with it and swap to the BPO? Damn, homeboy looted all of check just to tie to one of the boss's parts. Always cheeky breaky. Alright, respect. And I kind of want to take it with the VAL too. I feel like the VAL with this would be sick. Maybe put the VAL on this and take him out. Wow.
Земляк, мы стрелять не хотим, мы знаем.
Sure, Scav.
Вали! Чё?
The full auto on this wasn't half bad with the with this thermal. Really wasn't bad. I felt like it controlled easier than like with just a regular dot. What up, what up? Like homeboy's definitely got a bag in the back. Where'd you drop your bag out? So this dude's got bags somewhere with an H in it. It's back here somewhere. We'll find it. It's probably in the kitchen, like behind the table or something. There it is. Not bad, but not great. No, I don't think there's too much good loot on streets. But the second part is true where they have it jacked up so more people play it. I'm easy going with it on whichever way they want to go, but I think the game is just more fun whenever you find more loot. And I think the majority of the player base would prefer to not super struggle to find loot. And so if they up the loot on other maps to incentivize playing those, maybe not, to put more incentive in playing them, that would be ideal rather than nerfing streets. Because if you say streets has too much loot, which it has a lot of good loot, as you can see, but if it's got too much loot, then that means it needs a nerf. And when they nerf that, then you know that they who knows, whenever the next time that is, that it'll get a buff and make it worthwhile again. But the one time I did get to interview Nikita, that was one of the questions I asked, is how they went about prioritizing balancing in the game. You know, did they balance it based on weapons specifically as well, but did they balance it based on like IRL, like this gun's phenomenal IRL, and so we want this gun to be strong in game? Or did they balance it on flavor of the month, you know, what they wanted to change up? Did they balance it on fairness, or you know, what have you? And basically the answer was they balance it on what's new, what they want the player base to use gets a good buff. And so, you know, maps, guns, armors, they'll be easier to find, cheaper for the trade, stuff like that. So it incentivizes players to use them. And that way they get more tests out of it. In doing so, you know, they'll get 100,000 tests in quick succession, as opposed to, you know, 10,000, 5,000. That doesn't stand true for every single gun, but that was, you know, that was how they said that was their main focus when looking at balancing stuff. And so Streets being the new map and the expansion, then Lighthouse being the new-ish map, those are the two best loot maps. but I don't think that they need to nerf streets.
Вот ёбка ебаная, ебашу руки парень!
I'm a big believer in raising the bar from the bottom rather than lowering it from the top to meet a balance. If everyone can make rubles on any of their favorite maps. Yeah, if everyone can make rubles, oh my gosh, I mean to re-step that. Everyone can make rubles on their favorite maps in consistency and in a consistent manner, and it wasn't relying on, okay, I got to go play streets or lighthouse to stack up rubles. They wouldn't have as much gear fear. They'd be able to actually play the game in the same manner that a lot of players play. You know, I'm not saying you got a W key everywhere, but the game's more fun when you don't have to hardcore stress about a death. And one more thing, on all that being said, if BSG does decide to nerf streets and, you know, balance out the maps in terms of loot and lower the bar from the top, it's not a big deal. Like, you know, it's all relative, and I'm sure I, as a player, will be able to maintain a healthy cash stack or ruble stack regardless. You know, I'm okay with any change that they want to make, and I'll adapt and try my best to succeed regardless. He's got killer armor, Chad. And I could definitely see them doing that to where they nerf from the top rather than buff from the bottom. It seems like they want it to be loot to be a little more scarce than plentiful. This guy does not have enough loot on him to make me think that he was the one that looted this up. Boom. The arena will kill the players on the other maps and make queue time even longer trying to fill the lobbies. No. Queue time in Tarkov is bad because there's too many players and not enough queues. And just the queuing system as a whole sucks ass. It's not because there's not enough players queuing into the map. It's that the game's not optimized well, and you know, the one person that has a toaster for a PC, everyone's waiting on that person. So when you're waiting for players, it's not trying to fill up a lobby, it's trying to wait for that one guy that doesn't have a good PC.